Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is another weekly offering of updates following a very busy weekend of community gaming, leaks, streamer drama, and hype for upcoming releases. I'll be recapping some of my personal favorite announcements that I think my shivs will appreciate, and if you'd like me to dive deeper, cover one of your favorite games, comment on your suggestions below and we can save that for future videos. Alright, let's get it. So, this was the Tokyo Game Show weekend, and for me, this is the starting point of the Q4 in the gaming market, something that I've personally labeled the Gauntlet. This is that time of the year where some of the best titles drop and my wallet feels the squeeze. The next 3 months tend to be overpacked with some of the best offerings to choose from. So, Tokyo Game Show weekend is the best time to start pre-ordering, requesting your PTOs and vacation time, and maybe even taking out a line of credit to make sure you can get the best bang for your buck. Luckily, several of these must-play titles are confirmed coming to the Xbox Game Pass. Though not all of them are confirmed as day one releases, it will still curb my expenses for the year. Now, the week started with the Nintendo Farm Simulator Direct, and I had enough to say about it on my reaction video, so go check that out to get that fresh perspective of what I thought. Sadly, outside of Pokemon coming in November, I can't say I'm having much of a reason to charge my Switch, so I'll leave it at that. I'll save the Nintendo bashing for other videos.
With familiar characters from Fist of the North Star, they'll be your instructors in...
The following day was the Sony State of Play, which essentially had some pretty important high points. However, it was mostly a Tekken 8 hype reveal and a big dick reminder that as good as Game Pass is, Xbox doesn't have the instant Game of the Year God of War Ragnarok. But here is where I remind myself and everybody that there is no rush to play a generation-defining game. So like I have said countless times, the best two options here are to play God of War on a PS5 or wait until it comes out on PC. We're finally entering true next-gen, and playing a game like God of War on lesser hardware will honestly be a sin. Now, obvious winners aside, I think it was very exciting to see Tekken 8 coming behind the announcement of Street Fighter VI, and knowing that these two communities have very passionate followings, but have felt like they've been let down. I feel like they just haven't had the opportunity to thrive in the recent generations. But call it a hunch. I think these two games are going to hit some really good notes and give their communities something fresh to fight about. I'm generally trash at these games, but I'm ready to hit the ring with these two classic hitters on day one. Now, I don't want to focus too heavily on all the new titles right now, as there is so much time between reveal to release. But we did get more information about the Game Pass pipeline, which started with some heavy titles dropping this week. This is a perfect time to check out Deathloop. If you're like me and don't own a PS5 or was on the ropes, it just dropped on Game Pass, and honestly, it's probably going to be installed really soon for me, and I'll probably be looking to stream that sometime in the near future. I've heard good things about the game, but I've just didn't want to spend full price on it. So I'm really excited to see it come to Game Pass. Alongside of that, there are two day one releases that I will absolutely be installing: Metal Hellsinger and You Suck at Parking. I'm kind of hoping to convince some of my community to maybe turn that into a community night. Metal Hellsinger, on the other hand, just looks like an awesome time. I will absolutely be making some content out of that one. As the weekend went on, there have been a few more announcements and some deep dives, most of which were pretty mid, with the exception of Supersonic. Sonic Frontiers was announced a little while back, and I gotta tell you, as a Sonic fan, I have to reserve my excitement. I really want this game to be good, but I cannot set my expectations too high for this one. But because I don't own a PS5 and will likely not be playing God of War, I'm probably just gonna buy Sonic Frontiers out the gate, and here's hoping it's good. I will absolutely be streaming that one. Lastly, let's take a look at the upcoming PvP offerings that will certainly have my community buzzing for many weeks to come. The first one is right around the corner, and that's Gundam Evolution. This 6v6 objective-style hero shooter that I was lucky enough to play during its beta period, not only does it look like a very strong game in the Gundam franchise, but it's an easy sell at the impressive price of $3.99. I will be waiting in the virtual release line to get sweaty in the twilight hours with this one, because this game easily shines as a unique experience that can compete with some of the heavy hitters like Valorant and Overwatch. That being said, its release window is perfectly spaced a few weeks before Overwatch 2 conversion. My community, Shiv Nation, has a soft spot for Overwatch, and Overwatch 2 is no different. Despite many of the outcry from the community with the concerns for monetization and general game balance, Overwatch 2 is certainly not going to have the smoothest transition, but I plan to have many community sessions as well as put out some deep meta commentary content during the upcoming year. I have a lot of faith that Overwatch 2 will not be the end of the game, but a new beginning. And of course, following Overwatch 2, despite my personal appeal for one over the other, let's not forget Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It is without a doubt going to be the biggest release of the year. With the game getting its beta showcase, new modes and gameplay systems led to some really positive responses. Now, Call of Duty is not a franchise that I can say I personally love, and I'm not even convinced that the most dedicated players love it either. But it's not one I plan on missing. It's exciting when games build from the framework that they have set in place, so Call of Duty is no exception to that. It's going to be a big game. All my friends are going to be playing it, and I gotta remind them that I could take a dub or two. So there we have it. This is my short list of expenses for the upcoming months. Free games, microtransactions, subscription-style battle passes, full releases with deluxe editions and pre-order bonuses. It's safe to say that there are many games I've listed here today and completely avoided, simply because I'm not interested. So here's a reminder. Your time is your investment, and the time spent with friends is often a priceless experience. Don't get caught up in the pennies and find the experiences. Play the games that you think are going to be fun, and maybe try some games no one is talking about with a friend. The value of your experience is subjective, so let's not get caught up in the pointless debates simply because they're trending. If you made it this far into the video, maybe you'd like to join our community. Shiv Nation is an open-door community. We're always looking to add new gamers to our squads, and we'd love to play with you. Several of us stream on Twitch TV. I am no exception to that. I have been at it for many years, and we'd love to welcome more people in our doors. I dropped some links in the description down below, where I've grabbed some of my reliable resources about games if you'd like to see a more defined list, and come hang out. Let's fill these spaces with more positive interaction. Until next time, much love.
And you always turn away whenever I try. Lord, have I died?